Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Well, Ontarians have different feelings when it comes to their finances and their debt, and MNP has come up with their latest consumer index, and they're going to share some numbers with us now. John Haralovich is a licensed insolvency trustee and senior vice president over at MNP Limited. Welcome to the show, John. Let's talk about this
Thank
index
you.
first of all. How often do you do this this index throughout the year?
We run it on a quarterly basis, and we survey Canadians coast to coast, and then we break it down by province, and we share that data provincially.
So, what are some of the some of the outcomes that you've seen through this latest index? How are Ontarians feeling about their finances?
Yeah, the information that we're getting is quite interesting. About 40% of Ontario individuals surveyed are concerned about their debt. 20% of the Ontarians then said that they were having difficulty saving money. So when you look at the number of 40% being concerned and 20% being not concerned about not being able to save, there's a bit of a gap there. So
Right.
it's a bit surprising as on that outcome. 30% of Ontarians generally across the board are concerned about loss of employment, costs of living, unexpected type of disbursements that they didn't budget for. So that number generally in the broad sense, around 30%, seemed to be a number that Ontarians were speaking to. Another interesting fact on the material is coast to coast, Ontario individuals were scored the lowest in the concern rate as to the amount of debt that they're carrying. So in other provinces, the concern rate was higher. So I've seen you pull up on your screen some information from our survey that we ran. That there's been some swings over the last couple of quarters. And optimism is changing, but again, we've been fairly flat because we're still waiting for the impact of interest rates. The cost of living is going up.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
Yeah,
about
go
that,
ahead.
John, because obviously we've seen, huge numbers when it comes to inflation. I believe it's at 4.8 now. But
Right.
do you think obviously, I guess there's a real potential then for rising interest rates?
Well, we know it's coming. We just don't know
Yeah.
exactly when. And I think the government is sort of trying to manage its way through that because of what we've already seen in our economies over the last couple of months is the increasing pricing on food costs across the board, fuel, car prices, etc. In our survey, 48% of Ontarians said they were about $200 away from having financial trouble. So we haven't even seen the
Wow.
impact yet of interest rate changes. So when you think about how we're dealing today with higher food costs, which has been in the news quite a bit, grocery stores with empty shelves, supply issue, all those rising costs. Earlier in your show today, an individual talking about the cost of gloves going up. Everything is going up. We haven't even seen yet the impact of interest rates into our cost structure. So when that happens, your costs are obviously going to have to be, pushed down the line to the consumer, which you and I.
Yeah.
So those costs are going to impact us. So the $200 number is a very small an amount generally when you think about your overall monthly costs. So we're already feeling a piece of that puzzle coming into play. Interest rates will only make it much tighter for Ontarians.
John, John, I
Individuals.
have about 60 seconds left. I just wanted to touch on
Okay.
quickly, when should you see a professional like yourself? What are some of the signs that you really need to reach out to somebody like yourself?
So the 48% of Ontarians who are concerned about being $200 away from their budget, perfect time to reach out to us. Our consultations at MNP here are free. You can go to our website, mmp.debt. You'll find one of our many trustees across the province. We're in most centers, and we can offer free consultation. We have a debt we can work through with you. Just reach out to one of our many licensed insolvency trustees who are governed by the government of Canada. So feel assured that we are fully regulated, and we're there to help offer a service and help Ontario individuals out.
John, I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for sharing the latest data in Ontario with us here today.
Thanks for having me, Derek.
It's a pleasure. Again, you can head over to mnpdebt.ca to find out more information if you need to reach out to somebody. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.